Lamine Yamal signs new Barcelona contract until 2031. Joan García responds to rumors he's agreed deal with Barcelona ahead of Arsenal. Szczesny agreed to extend his contract with FC Barcelona for 2 more years. What does this mean for Joan García? Barcelona expect to generate €335 million and final returns to the 1v1 rule, which will allow them to sign players. Former Real Madrid manager Zinedine Zidane talks about FC Barcelona youngster Lamine Yamal. Barcelona fans get hashtag calling for Ter Stegen to leave the club. 6 Inter Milan players named the toughest players they've faced this season. If you're excited about Lamine Yamal's future or want to see Joan García in a Barca shirt, hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's dive right in. FC Barcelona have been awaiting Wojciech Szczesny's final decision to sort out their goalkeeping situation for next season. As reported previously, the 35-year-old had not officially communicated his response and was hesitant about committing to a new contract, although the internal feeling was optimistic following the renewal offer presented weeks ago. Szczesny ready to renew. Now, however, as per Goal Poland, Hat Tip Sport, Szczesny has decided to accept the challenge of continuing at Barca, opting against retirement after long discussions with his family. Following Barca's victory over Real Madrid, Szczesny confirmed that the club had offered him a 2-year extension. The proposed deal includes 2 guaranteed seasons, though both parties would retain the option to terminate the contract in 2026, giving the player the flexibility to retire after 1 more season if he wishes. Szczesny stated that he felt very comfortable at Barca but would base his decision on what was best for his family. Now, according to the report, Szczesny will agree to the renewal with Barcelona, fully aware that he may play a more secondary role from next season onward. Former Arsenal and Juventus star until the end of the month to communicate his decision, and indications suggest he will confirm it this week. With Szczesny now set to renew and Barcelona pursuing the signing of Joan García, it could cast doubts over the future of captain and first-choice goalkeeper Marc-André Ter Stegen. Barcelona fans get hashtag calling for key players sale trending on social media. Supporters of La Liga giants Barcelona have early this week again made clear their unhappiness with a headline member of the club's squad. The player in question? Marc-André Ter Stegen. The name of goalkeeper Ter Stegen has re-emerged as an altogether prominent one in the media chatter surrounding Barcelona over recent days. This comes amid the understanding that the German's place in Hansi Flick's squad is no longer secure. With concern mounting over Ter Stegen's form and long-term fitness alike, the Blaugrana have been heavily linked with the summer swoop for Joan García. And if the latest activity on the part of the Catalan's fanbase is anything to go by, then a change between the posts with a view to next season would certainly not go amiss. Taking to social media in their absolute droves on Monday night, Barcelona's fans came together to call for Ter Stegen to be sold. So widespread were the appeals, in fact, that the hashtag Ter Stegen out began trending on X. Ter Stegen out is trending on X right now. Barcelona expect to generate €335 million through VIP seats at Spotify Camp Nou. After a tremendous campaign under Hansi Flick, Barcelona will look to continue their momentum next season, this time in a familiar territory. Spotify Camp Nou. Barca plan to return to the revamped Spotify Camp Nou in September. Although the stadium is not expected to operate at full capacity initially, Barca have a clear phased rollout project in place. But before Barcelona even moved to their old stadium, the club, through its hospitality project, is already starting to rake in the big bucks through the sale of VIP tickets. Barcelona projected to generate €335 million. According to Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona have already sold more than 3,700 VIP seats at the new Camp Nou. This figure translates to an estimated €335 million in medium to long-term revenue, thanks to multi-year contracts that promise steady financial returns. The VVIP suites, which are the most exclusive offerings in the club's hospitality portfolio, have already sold out, signaling strong demand. The revamped Camp Nou will be a key economic growth lever for Barcelona. Meanwhile, sales continue at a fast pace for other premium areas like the player zone, pitch row, and the balcony. The first-tier VIP ring seats, which will be available starting January 2026 and priced from €5,500 per season, have already sold over 1,000 seats. The Barca Hospitality Initiative is a key component of the broader Espai Barca project, which aims to transform the club's facilities and income streams. With a total of 9,400 VIP and hospitality seats planned, the club hopes to generate €120 million annually from hospitality and sponsorships combined. This bold new vision, built on premium experiences for fans and businesses, is a crucial part of Barcelona's strategy to generate sustainable economic revenue through the newly revamped stadium. Joan García responds to rumors he's agreed deal with Barcelona ahead of Arsenal. Espanyol goalkeeper Joan García has refused to rule out a move to Barcelona, but insists he is still yet to make a final decision over his future. Garcia shone for Espanyol across an otherwise tough campaign as the club narrowly avoided relegation on the final day of the La Liga season with victory over Las Palmas. The 24-year-old finished with the most saves of any keeper in the Spanish top flight, 146, and he was subsequently handed the Dani Jarque Award, given to Espanyol's best player. But Espanyol have grown increasingly resigned to losing their number one this summer, and there has been no shortage of interest from potential suitors, with Arsenal and Barcelona circling for the highly rated Spaniard. The Gunners had looked to have captured Garcia's services last year, only for the proposed deal to collapse after the North Londoners failed to meet Espanyol's demands for the Olympic gold medalist. Yet Barca have since overtaken Arsenal in the race for Garcia, and reports emanating out of Spain this week claim the Catalan giants have reached an agreement in principle with the shot-stopper. At the end of the day, in football, news is coming out all the time. Things are coming out, Garcia told Spain's Tot Gira when quizzed on the latest rumors. Until things become a reality, it's not always the truth. But anyway, as I'm telling you, I'm very calm. Whatever needs to be decided, I'll definitely think about it a lot with my people and choose what will be best for me. I'm sure it will be like that. Garcia's price would have risen to €30 million, £25 million, had he been called up by the Spanish national team for the side's upcoming Nations League semi-final with France. But Luis de la Fuente decided against selecting Garcia, meaning the goalkeeper's release clause at Espanyol remains at €25 million, £21 million. With Marc-André Ter Stegen standing in his way at the Camp Nou, Barca's idea is to sign Garcia before immediately loaning him out to another La Liga club next season. Flick has been coy when asked about Barca's interest in Garcia. Both Real Betis and Valencia are believed to be interested in a temporary move. Asked about the reported interest in Garcia this week, Barca head coach Hansi Flick told reporters, "Joan Garcia? I don't talk about players who aren't in my team. We already have 3 fantastic goalkeepers." Meanwhile, Manolo Gonzalez has advised Garcia to think very carefully before leaving Espanyol for the club's bitter city rivals. "I know he has strong feelings for Espanyol," the Espanyol head coach said after his side's crucial win over Las Palmas. "I'm not in his head, but I would be very surprised if he went to Barca because they have Ter Stegen and because they're our eternal rival. I would be very surprised. But I'm not in anyone's head and I don't know what he'll do. I won't tell him anything," Gonzalez added. "If someone pays his release clause and he wants to go, there's nothing we can do. What I've told him is to think it over very carefully because what he has to do now is play. What I want is for him to go somewhere where he can play and be happy, be a top player, not to go somewhere where there's a veteran goalkeeper who overtakes him because of his name. He must continue playing and be a starter. I hope he makes his choices wisely and doesn't opt for name or money alone." 6 Inter Milan stars name Barcelona gem the toughest player they have faced this season. Only 17 years old, FC Barcelona wonderkid Lamine Yamal is at the top of the world. The teenage sensation won his second La Liga title this season, while also adding the Copa del Rey and the Spanish Super Cup. While Lamine and Barcelona might have missed out on the UEFA Champions League, the youngster most certainly lit up the competition with stunning performances. The La Masia sensation's semi-final first-leg performance against Inter Milan, in particular, was one for the ages, with legends like Zinedine Zidane left in awe of the teenager after that. Inter Milan players give Yamal his flowers. Having faced the brunt of his attacking prowess across the 2 legs of the semi-final tie, a plethora of Inter Milan players have now come out to hail Lamine Yamal. Indeed, ahead of their UCL final against PSG, UEFA asked Inter players to name the toughest player they have faced this season, and as many as 6 Nerazzurri stars answered, Lamine Yamal, toughest player you have faced this season? Defenders Alessandro Battoni and Federico Di Marco, goalkeeper Jan Sommer, midfielders Christian Aslani and Davide Fertisi, and forward Marcus Thuram all chose the Barcelona jewel as the toughest opponent they have come across this season. Lamine scored a brilliant goal in the first leg of the semi-finals against Inter Milan, inspiring Barca's comeback after the team had let slip 2 early goals. The youngster was simply unstoppable as the Catalans secured a 3-3 draw. He posed a significant threat in the second leg as well, but Inter came out 4-3 winners after extra time to oust the Blaugrana and set up a date with PSG in the finals. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Zidane lavishes praise on Yamal. Zinedine Zidane made his last public appearance to pay compliments to Lamine Yamal. In addition, he did not rule out a future return to coaching with the French national team. The emergence of Lamine Yamal is practically an obligatory topic of discussion in any conversation involving football personalities. Zinedine Zidane, who came to the Champs-Élysées for an Adidas event, was the latest to be questioned about the Barcelona player's ability to be decisive in important matches despite his youth. When you see him play, for example, the second half he played against Inter in the Champions League semifinals. I've never seen that in my life. It's impressive to see someone who masters his job like that on the pitch. It was quite fabulous to see him like that, so we all enjoyed it. Everyone has their moment, it's pretty cool. Actually, what has always motivated me is the game itself because we first grew up in the neighborhood with friends, he recalled. After attacking the Lamine Yamal issue, Zidane focused a little more on his figure and this long retirement he is having from the... And now the news of the hour. Lamine Yamal has signed a new long-term contract with Barcelona until 2031, the Spanish champions announced on Tuesday. Yamal's previous deal was due to expire in 2026 and the Catalan club had made tying him down to longer terms a priority this summer. Sporting director Deco said extending Yamal's contract would be the best signing the club have made in years, while President Joan Laporta said the 17-year-old deserved special treatment. Sources told ESPN the new deal includes a significant pay bump, corresponding to his status in coach Hansi Flick's team, although how much he earns will also depend on a series of incentives and bonuses included in the agreement. Yamal made his first team debut as a 15-year-old in 2023 and has quickly emerged as one of the best players in the world, helping Spain win the European Championship last summer and playing a key role as Barca won a domestic treble this season. Lamine Yamal has agreed to a long-term contract at Barcelona. 55 appearances this term, he scored 18 goals and registered 25 assists, while delivering standout performances in some of Barca's biggest games, including the Champions League semi-final against Inter Milan and the La Liga-defining Clásico against Real Madrid. When he signed his previous deal in 2023, he was only allowed to commit to the club for a maximum of 3 years as he was under 18 at the time. However, been negotiating with his agent Jorge Mendes for the last few months. Mendes met with Laporta earlier this week to iron out the final few details, with ESPN revealing the meeting served to effectively close the renewal. Sources told ESPN the player wanted the issue resolved as soon as possible, so he can enjoy some time off this summer after his involvement in the UEFA Nations League Final Four with Spain in June. If you're excited about Lamine Yamal's future or want to see Joan García in a Barca shirt, hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.